Hey, welcome to JM Unleashed. This is a variety channel where you just never know what's going to happen next. But today I'm bringing you some information on something I know silver market. Um, and I do, I cover subjects ranging from dogs, nature, music and entertainment, finance, precious metals, current events, all this sort of thing. But I do have a special interest in precious metals, and so that's why I think what I want to do is just bring us this layout. So, hey, Silver Patriot, good to see you. Um, for anyone that doesn't know, this is charting the silver prices. And so the line on top with the green and red is charting the actual price, which you see on the right hand side. And then the bars on the bottom are charting the volume. And so now I think, let's see what happens if I put that on full. Yeah, that doesn't do any good for us. But hopefully you can see that. Okay, so what I want to do is draw your attention to this section right here, this area, where the volumes on the bottom really picked up out of thin air, and there was a massive price dump relative to previous trading. Take a look. We're zooming out several days here now, and each of these moves to the right represents 30 minutes of trading. And you'll see, yeah, sure enough, back here there was some volatility like that too. But what I noticed is all through here from July 3rd all the way up until today, at this point, there really wasn't a whole lot of massive price swings until this one moment in time. And so I have a theory on it, but I just want to zoom in on it a little bit more so you can see. So what I'm going to do is actually bring this back to 5-minute time segments. So now that's taking us back in time. And this is this actual period of time here, which on this 24 clock is saying it was approximately 8:30. So just look at the price action here on the left until this very moment in time. And if we zoom in even further to 1 minute period, you'll see it's even more pronounced and anomalous, I want to say. It's not quite an anomaly, but it is fairly unusual. So let's actually look at the 1 minute on that now. We have to go out a fair amount back here to find it. Here, we'll find it. Right here. That's where it is. So now the volumes, you should see up here in this top left-hand corner where it says volume. So when we're going along here 1 minute at a time, the volume is 52, 70 contracts. Hopefully you can see that up there. So, it's in the 50 to 100 contract range that's being traded. And then all of a sudden in 1 minute, it jumped up to 644 contracts, got dumped. And you should be able to see up here, we've got open, high, low, and close. Okay, so let's look at the previous time frame there. The open was $30.61. The high was $30.64, and the low was $30.61. So a 3 cent difference. And really, most of that trading is the same. But then here, at that one moment in time, the open was 30.62, which was the high. The low was $30.12. So that it dumped off 50 cents in a matter of 1 minute. That's right. And then it closed about halfway back up. So you can see that's the open and the high. The low is down there, and the close is there. So, I think most of us can agree that manipulation definitely does occur in the in most markets. And many speculate that, especially in the silver market, because it's a shallow market. There's only a billion ounces of silver mined per year, so it's relatively small. Yeah, the trading was relatively dull. But so what I want to just do is give my quick theory, because this is just going to be a fairly short live stream, maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. What my theory is that what happened was, collectively, at least a couple major traders all decided to get out of um, their positions and short the crap out of this. They put in massive selling orders, in my opinion, and it tanked the price, and in a very short period of time. And so I think what their objective there was to stop out the long positions. So people that were investing, betting that it was going to go up, or at least trading, betting that the price was going to go up, and they put a stop loss on it. So say they had a stop loss at $30.40. They would have got stopped out of that position. And I also think the people that shorted this, or the institutions that shorted it, also decided to buy back in almost right away. So very few, in my opinion, very few people profited on this 1 to 2 minute move, but I think they profited significantly. And, I'm just speculating, but I think the idea is that we all know there's a lot of pressure on the silver market at the $30 mark. And so let's zoom back out a bit again here now. I want to zoom back out for context. Okay. So now over here on the right is that short period in time that I wanted to highlight right here. So I think that the pressure was on above $30 again. And I think a lot of the traders that don't want to see silver above 30 were starting to panic. And I think they did a collective effort to short the crap out of it in a very short period of time, and then buy right back in because they knew the buying pressure was on. So let's take a look at the longer term volumes here. And then I'll get back to chat. So that's looking at 1 hour points of view, and here's daily. And so you can see we're approaching this $32 mark again now. But I also want to show you the longer term volume increases, which is on the bottom here. In fact, let's zoom out even more. Hopefully that's showing up nice for you. We may have to zoom out even more. But I want you to notice that the volumes that are being traded in the silver market are increasing over time. So it's getting a lot more activity, a lot more eyeballs are on it. Especially when you compare back to here, like in the 2015 to 2020, a good 4-year period where we're looking at monthly here. An average month of contracts being traded was 159,000, which you can see up here again on the top left. That's the volumes. 150, 140, 130, 85,000 contracts. But now, in the last 6 to 12 months, we're at 1.4 million contracts. 1.5 million, 1.3 million, 1.3 million. And just in the last 2 or 3 months, we're looking at 2.3 million contracts being traded in a month. 2.3 million compared to 405,000. So these volumes have, I'm going to call it quadrupled relative to the year 2015 to 2020. So that's really what this was all about. And I'm just going to get back to the comments now and see what I missed here. We've got Silver Patriot in here still. Yeah, I don't know. And, I'm not a professional financial analyst, but, it's not often that I do a live stream on precious metals or on the markets. But when I see something fishy or something, like I said before, anomalous or something that just doesn't quite seem to match what's been going on previously, let alone recently, I like to highlight that if I think it's relevant. That 4 year period, I bought a lot of silver and gold when the volumes were low. Good. I think you're definitely not alone there, Silver Patriot. I did too. In fact, I can tell you right here is where I started buying. After, silver went from about 1384 up to 20, and it really jumped on my radar then. And that's pretty much when I started buying. So, maybe you started a little bit earlier than me, Silver Patriot, but my whole experience, the first 1, 2, 3 years was nothing but down. It slowly, or almost nothing but down. It slowly went down from about $20.50 down to about $14.30. And then once it started coming back up here again, I kind of backed off. And during this period of time, I was buying really heavy. And now, to me, I've already I've already made good money in them, so I'm not really buying heavy unless I see a massive smackdown. Hey, Count Derp, really good to see you. Oh, he's got the popcorn. So yeah, I already covered what my theory was, and maybe I'll just quick go over it one more time, and then I'm going to shut this down. So I want to keep it fairly short so people will actually watch it rather than saying, oh, it's a half-hour thing, I don't want to see it. But I'll show you here one more time quick, Count. Good to see you. And that just is simply that I noticed today, here we're looking at very long time frames here. So I'm just going to back this off to 30-minute time frames now. And this is the period of time I'm looking at right here. You can see this is starting July 5th, right there, going on. And right here, there was massive dump, coordinated effort, in my opinion, because it all happened in 1 minute. Even though this is on a 30-minute time frame, you should be able to see. I hope you can see that. I'm actually going to zoom in on it. You should be able to see this big dump right there. Okay, I got to zoom back out. And let's back that off to 1 minute time frames one more time. Just got to find it. There it is. Look at that volume increase. That massive dump all happened in a matter of 1 minute, folks. 1 minute right here. And that was today. In 1 minute, they dumped 644 contracts. Previous minutes, anywhere between 50 and 100 contracts here. So it 6 times the normal volume all got dumped in 1 minute. And so I think that what that did is that was designed to destroy the traders that were going long on the silver market and to get them stopped out of their positions, so they were forced to sell. And then I believe whoever coordinated this effort went right ahead and bought back in right at the bottom because they knew how far they were going to drop it to. And then now, almost unbelievable, right after that, which is right here, they dumped it down to $30.12, which is right up there. I picked that off because it goes hot, open up here, open, high, low, close. So they dumped it down to $30.12, and now we're sitting at $31.22, a full dollar ahead. And that represents approximately 3%. And any trader that can make 3% in a day is doing pretty dang good. Or at least let's put it this way. Any investor that can make 3% per day on a compounded basis is rocking. And I think that's what was going on. Yep, exactly, Count. Exactly. So that was it. I just wanted to have a quick live stream and point that out for you folks. And I've put Salivate Metals channel. I've pinned that in the chat for anyone watching the replay, because I know you guys, Count and Silver Patriot, you know Salivate Metal. But I think we'll cover a lot more of this information there. And I know he just pumped out a video as well. So that was pretty much it. I will see you guys there. And thanks for stopping by, checking this out. And anyone that might be interested in looking at the silver market, feel free to share this with them, because it may give them a little bit of insight on that as well. So have a great day, guys. I'm sure we'll see you in about half an hour at Salivate Metals. Ciao. I hear people say that silver is crashing.